So, if there's something that I always have to have in my kitchen, eggs. Those things are just versatile. Think breakfast, lunch, quick dinner, eggs are the answer. Hi, I'm Gateri, and leo tunapika shakshuka. You might be wondering, what's shakshuka? Simple, eggs poached in tomato sauce. Let's cook. So, for the ingredients we're going to need, red onions, diced, eggs, spices. This is coriander powder, cumin powder, paprika, parsley that I've roughly chopped up, garlic and ginger crushed, black pepper and salt, and then we are needing tomatoes. So I've pureed the tomatoes because I do not want the peel in the tomatoes. And then this is the water that just rinsed off the blender because we are going to need some water. So in a skillet, we are using a large skillet. This is like 28 centimeters in diameter. Add your diced onions. This is hot oil. Whoa, that oil is hot. Yours doesn't need to be that hot. So you cook the onions until they are light and translucent. Go in with the garlic and ginger. By now you know what I usually say. With garlic, you just want it to be fragrant. You don't want it to burn, because burnt garlic just makes your food bitter, and that's just inedible according to me. So just give it a stir. Within a minute or so, your kitchen will be filled up with some wonderful aromas of garlic, and then we'll move on to the next step, which is now putting the spices. This is ground coriander, cumin, and paprika. I usually like buying them whole, the coriander and the cumin, that is. Then I grind them myself. So I've added that. Then I'll season with, I'll put some salt and some black pepper. Then in goes the pureed tomatoes. And the liquid that's rinsed out the blender. So here you can choose to use some stock, chicken stock or beef stock. So now we're going to just reduce the heat and let this simmer for 20 minutes. So my sauce has been cooking for about 20 to 25 minutes. As you can see, it's reduced and the color has darkened a bit. That's what you want. So now I'm adding some dried oregano, a tablespoon, giving that a stir. Then we go in with the eggs. So now, as I told you guys, this is called shakshuka. It's a mixed dish where eggs are poached in rich tomato sauce. So here's our tomato sauce, and now we are putting in the eggs. So one by one, you place the eggs inside. So they look very pretty once they've set and cooked. Yes. You do this over medium heat. So here it's about preference, whether you want your yolks to be completely cooked or you want them to be runny. But if you want them to be runny, you just want the whites to set, then you'll be good to go. But if you're like the people in my house who want the eggs to be cooked, you let it go a bit longer. So before that, I'm going to sprinkle over some parsley so that when the eggs set, the parsley will be there, so it will look very beautiful. So there's some chopped up parsley leaves. If you don't have parsley, you can try with dhania, but I recommend parsley. To hasten the cooking process, you can cover up your skillet, and if your skillet doesn't have a lid like mine, you can just improvise and cover with something bigger or with the same diameter. So we let this go for between 5 to 7 minutes, and then we'll be ready to serve up our shakshuka. And there we have it, it's done. I've just remembered there's something I forgot to mention. Before adding the eggs, taste the seasoning, then you adjust accordingly, because once you add the eggs, it will be rather difficult to season. So yeah, let's serve this up. So let's give this a taste. This is perfect over pasta, rice. You can even eat it with bread in the morning for breakfast. So taking a serving with 1 egg. Let's dig in. Oh my goodness. Simply amazing. So next time you have eggs in your fridge and you're wondering what to cook, think shakshuka. For the recipe, check the link in the description bar. And from me, Gatweri, kwaheri.